Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. Happy New Year, happy 2026. Tie the Knot is officially back for the new year. This is Tie the Knot with the maker of the romantic Mochega. Thank you so much for 2025. Thank you so much for last year. Guys, we really had a very great 2025. We had a beautiful 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed Christmas. I hope the new year is going on very well for you. We are in January and you know really what January is, but it will not stop us from moving. So, welcome back. We are officially back. So I'd not released any video for the past 1 week. I mean, we were in the festivities and we had to take a break. I normally take that 1 week break as the year is ending just to re-strategize for the year. But now we are back this year. Do not forget that the ultimate romantic wedding is on. And very soon, I'm going to be hosting the contestants. I'm going to be hosting the contestants here on the show and they're going to be telling us their stories and you're going to be voting. But just in case you have a story to tell and you've not had a wedding reception, please reach out to me and you can send us a WhatsApp on 0767 300 489. Send your story, and after sending your story, tell us why you haven't had a wedding reception and tell us why you badly need that wedding. And you never know, you might win yourself a fully paid for wedding, courtesy of the Romantic Mochiga and partners, Twine Shots, and very many others. Now, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the show, last year, I had a couple that I hosted here, and I'm telling you, it was I think one of the best interviews we've had here. It was one of the best interviews we've had here, and there's a small clip. Now, in that small clip caused a lot of outrage on social media. People who did not watch the full interview came and were attacking me. They were attacking the lady, not knowing what was in the real story of the interview. But everyone who watched the interview said, okay, this was just a small clip that was meant to outrage people, but yet in actual sense, when you watch the interview, these guys are okay. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing again, my people, Mr and Mrs. Please introduce yourselves. I don't need to introduce you.
Hello, everyone watching. We are glad to be here. I'm Prophet Mrs Godwor together with my wife, and we are happy that Romantic Mochiga, you hosted us the other time, and we talked and shared what was on our heart or the journey we've been going. And whatever came out, we are also very happy with it.
Yes.
And we bless God.
Amen. Amen.
Yes,
and
yes.
It's now 8 years. You've now made 8 years in marriage. You're in your 8th year of marriage. Interesting. So, first things first. How are the 8 years going? How are you moving on into the 8th year of marriage? How is it going for you?
We've made now the 8th year.
Yeah.
Now, we've just started the 8th year, I think, on 29th.
Ooh,
yes, it's 29th.
29th December.
29th December.
Interesting.
So we've just gone, I think, weeks, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
But we are okay. We are very happy. We are happily married and we are enjoying what is happening at home. We are together and whatever had happened, whatever people were saying or are saying, we are not caring about it because we know and we're intentional about whatever we entered in and we know where we are moving. We know where we are going. Yes.
Interesting. Bridget.
Thank you so much for inviting us once again. Our 8 years, there is nothing a lot that has changed really. It's like our first year of marriage.
Wow.
We mingle every day, and I thank God so much for that because I've seen friends, I've seen people who have come for counseling. 1 year down the road, they are fighting. 2 years, 3 years, they are fighting. But I thank God we've never invited a counselor in our marriage.
Nice.
We've never reported to our parents. Like, we're good.
Nice.
We're good. We sort our issues. It's not that everything is on a silver plate. Challenges come.
And you sort them.
But we talk through them.
Yes.
And we are good. I can say that 8 years of marriage have been like our first 6 months of marriage.
Nice. That is interesting. Now, on to what you shared in the previous interview. I think people misquoted you. People misquoted you because of the way you were describing him, before you accepted him, then the way you described him. Now, I want you to give a clarification and tell people that you're okay. Because people, let me tell you, I got calls. I'll be honest with you. People gave me because they're like, hey, our brother seems to be in prison. We need to rescue him. That guy is in bondage. That woman is the man in the marriage. Bridget, what do you have to say about that?
We saw the comments. He was reading every comment that was coming through.
Wow.
And he kept laughing about it because laughing is his thing. He's naturally a laugher. Even if you come with a problem which you think weighs 1,000,000 kilograms,
yes,
he will look at you and first laugh.
Wow.
Someone told him, some known pastor told him that even his laughter is a prophecy. So he laughs. He laughs over everything, whether good or bad. He's not intimidated. He laughs about it. So when he was reading the comments, he would call me, love, come and I read to you this. And I'm like, I don't want any negative energy. Because at first I had some, but when they became too negative, I was like, no, I don't want to listen to any other negative comment. Call me if the comment is good. Negative ones, don't let me know.
Yeah.
But he read through everything, like everything that was going through, and even our people would screenshot and then send to us. Even the cartoons they did.
Yeah, the AI images.
Whoever did the AI images, they were looking nice. We actually liked them. We actually liked them because if they can do that to the president of the country, who are we?
Who are you?
Who are we? So we were like, we embraced it positively.
Yeah.
Yes, only that we didn't want any negative energy. But about what the comments of the people were about some of the clips that are in the video, I don't see anything negative about them because that is who we were back then.
Yeah. And
like I used to tell people who were calling us, I told them we didn't make any mistakes. We are not apologizing for anything. These are the things we laughed about and we are over them. Even if you called us right now for another interview, we shall speak the same statements. That's what I was telling whoever would call us. And then people were like, but my friends are doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, don't try to defend us. Tell them to go on YouTube and watch the whole video. If they still have the same questions, it is not you to answer.
Yeah.
Tell them to reach us. We shall be able to answer their questions. So that's how we're able to get over them. Otherwise, they would spot us, and they're like, I remember we had a function somewhere, and then a lady was seated on a round table. A lady kept looking at me, and I knew she has known
you.
But I ignored her. Then after she was like, when my friend came, she knew my friend, and we were talking, and after when that guy went to her, the lady was like, I think I know that lady. And I had her, and I was like, where did you see me? And she was like, you look like a lady who bashed her husband.
Look like a lady who bashed her husband on social media.
Yes, that's what she told me. And I laughed through it, and I had to let it go.
Wow.
Because we know who we are.
We know who you are.
We know where we have come from. What we said was our true life story.
Yes.
And we are still writing it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. And you're rewriting your story. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. It's good to see that you're standing with each other and you are not letting go. So, Mr. Prophet, what, like, for a moment, didn't it like affect the way you saw her? Because man, I want men reaching out to you and saying, "Gwe, Orikuchi."
Okay, I think what hit so much was being short, short men and whatever
Yes.
he said, human beings. But then I think from the time we got each other, we saw each other, we've overcome it. Saying that I'm short or whatever it is, and I've never seen myself as a short person. That is number one.
Yeah.
I've never seen myself as a short person. So her saying short men, and I see them saying, or even saying I'm short, she knows it doesn't even consume me because I'm never short. I'm not short, I'm normal. Actually, I always tell me that I'm normal. This is the normal size. If you are below up, then you are abnormal. I always see myself that way.
Yeah.
This is the normal size.
Yeah.
And So whatever people were saying, also asking us how could this, or saying, oh, what is happening, short, I was not even minding, because I overcame myself. I overcame that long time, and
Long
I
time
know
ago.
who I am. I know I'm short or whatever, short or tall or whatever. But what I say to myself is that I'm having the normal signs. So I was not even.
You are not moved
I was
by
not
it.
even moved. I was not even moved. I was not even moved for whatever people were saying. No,
Yeah.
I was saying, it's okay, it's okay. It's what she said, and she always says it, and it is okay. We laugh about it. We don't mind. I was not moved in any way.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, now 8 years in marriage. We'd like to know how, because first of all, you're a man of God, you're a
Yes,
prophet,
yeah.
you're a pastor, and I've heard there are a couple of women who I hear say that he is a good man of God, but at home he's not that good of a husband as he is a man of God. So the question is, how are you able to balance your duties as a man of God, as a man doing ministry? And how do you balance your husband duties?
Okay. Balancing husband duties and
And
man
ministry.
of God. Okay. Now, this is what, as I said at that time, when God told me to leave, step down from work and do now the ministry work, I had to do a description of what it means by ministry work. And secondly, because still I was working and still a husband. So I didn't change so much, because I was working and still a husband. So how do I balance both of them? I know when to be a man of God, even when I'm at home. Actually, when I'm at home, I'm not even a man of God. I laugh about everything. I make any joke that anybody can make. I do anything I can do. At times, even you can find me helping her out in the kitchen, helping her out.
You do the cooking?
Yes, at times. At times you find me do the cooking and see that maybe we prepare this and prepare this together. We do together.
Yeah.
And just that one to spice up and to make our relationship still move on. Very good. Then when I'm seriously on ministry now, at times still I'm doing ministry at home. Like when she's not there. Because ministry, in the prescription of ministry, there is the reading, there is the praying, there is the reading of the word of God, there is interacting with people, counseling people, because I do the counselings also and all that. But I make sure when it's time for ministry, it's ministry time. And she respects it. When it's ministry time, it's ministry time. When it's time for these other things, still also I close up with ministry and I make sure I give her the time and I do my role of a husband. I do support where I'm supposed to be supporting. I do protect them when I'm supposed to be protecting them as a husband. Then when ministry comes, time for ministry, it's ministry. And then again, actually, on that issue of ministry and home, being that now I'm the lead person in the ministry, I make sure that the ministry goes on the tunes of the timing I have. So I give the time that I'm available, the time that we've discussed, so that my time for ministry doesn't interact or interrupt with my marriage or with home, and the time for home doesn't also interrupt what is happening in the ministry. Then also putting a limitation on the people, because now, you see, in the ministry, if you don't put a limitation on people, people can drain you every now and then.
Yeah.
And actually, the biggest percentage of what I'm listening as a minister is people's problems. Is people's problems. Telling you this, telling you this, telling you this. And at times you see like it's consuming you, but then you see how you can let go of their problems and you live your life away from what they are sharing to you, and you continue with their work, with whatever you have to do with your role as a husband. That is it.
Wow. Bridget, how has he been able to balance between ministry and being a husband? What are some of those scenarios you've seen and you're like, wow?
Number one, I want to thank God so much. I can even go on my knees to thank God for the gift He gave me. God gave me a gift of a husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because him being a minister of God has not changed anything in our home.
Wow.
He receives phone calls. Like if he wants, he can sit at 7 a.m. talking on phone until 7 p.m.
Wow.
Because people call him, people text him, people send him voice notes, but he knows when to speak to them and when to consider the family. Because I can never say he has ever been absent as a husband, and I don't think my children can ever say he has ever been absent as a father. Always there in everything, he's always there. When it is church service, we know the time of church service. We know when to stop. We know when to start and when to stop. When we have the altars, we know the time for the altars. When people wanted to overuse him during his free periods, he fixed them. He told them, if you want to see me, you can meet me at this time in this place. And that helped a lot, because I remember there is a time when people would call, someone calls now at 10 and is like, I'm requesting we meet on the da. And he tells them, okay. Then the next time someone also call, you find he has 4 appointments in a day in different locations, and it was really draining. But when he sorted them in one place, things were okay for him. But for us at home, we're good. We are not complaining.
Wow. What are some of those scenarios you look at and you're like, now my husband has been of help?
There are really quite many scenarios.
Name them. Because this is a family show. It's for helping people. There are husbands who never balance out things very well at work, and we want people to learn how to do things.
The first thing that he helped me out when I was so down is when I first got my job. I had a lot of stress at my workplace.
Yeah.
A lot of pressures, which I was not used to. Remember, I was working in a hospital in a hospital which was in village. Now I'm in Kampala. The pressure of people who are learned, and then the pressure of work, private institutions, it was a lot on me, in that I got anxiety.
Wow, sorry.
I would be having 2 days off. When I reach at home today, when my offs are starting tomorrow, if I remember that after 2 days I'm going back for work, I would start panicking. I would get anxious. I would get scared. But he would hug me. A tight hug?
Wow.
Pray for me and tell me, you are getting over this. Every morning that I would be going for work, he would do the same thing. Hug me tight. That hug that would give you confidence and you feel like, okay, now I'm me. And then he prays over me, and then I go, the day passes by until I overcame that thing. That was so meaningful to me.
Wow.
Another thing that always blows my mind, which I think few men can do.
Few men can do.
What
is that?
Is a thing of how he cares about us as a family. How he cares about his children. He feels safe when it's either me or him taking care of our children.
Wow. How old are the children?
My firstborn, they are both, my son is making 6 years in Feb, and my daughter is making 3 in Feb this year.
Yeah.
So the way how he wants us to take care of them, regardless of some circumstances that come in and we have to maybe bring in someone, it really overwhelms me. It overwhelms me. And I'm a full-time employee.
Yeah.
Who is working in a busy place that has no standard schedules.
Yeah.
Every time they need you, they'll call you in. But he still insists, no, I don't want a maid here. Let's take care of our children. And I'm like, how shall we manage? How shall we mingle through? And he's like, don't worry. And I'm like, work, don't worry. Because he loves work. I saw him work. I saw him the way he respected his work. So what he did to his work is what he does to me. He doesn't want me to miss any meetings. If I become lazy, he's like, can you please wake up? You told me you have a meeting in the morning. Because we tell about each other's schedules before the due time. So he's like, wake up, you told me you have a meeting. Can you please wake up and go for a meeting? And sometimes I'm feeling lazy. I'm looking for an excuse, but he doesn't allow me. He doesn't want me to be late for work. He wakes up so early and he is in prayer. When time clocks that he thinks I should wake up and prepare, he will be on your case. Wake up and prepare for work. So that support, I don't think it's usual, and I don't think it's for anyone. All men can do it. So I thank God so much for that. He's been there for us. He's supported us. He has led us, and we are following his footsteps.
You mentioned something to do with him not wanting maids around.
Yeah.
Mr. Godwor, why don't you first maids? So does that mean that when she's not around, you help out with the house chores? Because she says these are things few men can do. Now, like the house chores. So does that mean that you do the cooking, you do the cleaning? How do you balance that out?
Okay. Okay. So the cooking, the cleaning up, the chores and all that, that is mine. I don't see it as something big to me. I don't see it as something big to do, because I've grown up, like in Shema, we could be cooking. It was okay. It was okay to cook.
Even the boys would cook.
Yes, even the boys would cook. So now cooking is something that I've grown up doing. Now, why I always tell her, like at times we don't want the maid, I don't see the work of the maid. If the person is just there to cook and I'm counting only 2 hours, then you're paying somebody for the 2 hours is just cooking.
Wow.
Which I can fix up and do and cancel one appointment with somebody. Do and go on and make sure that my son and my daughter, they are safe. So I always do. The cooking is okay. I always do. I do when she's not there, when she's at work. The cleaning up everything that I have to do, I do. It's okay.
Really?
It's the way we just work out together to make sure that we groom our children the way we want. Like the way we want. What we want them to receive, that's what we give them. And that's how we are doing it.
No. He's actually a good cook.
Hey, he's better than you.
He cooks way better than me.
Are you serious?
Not him alone.
Hey.
Even there are 2 boys. His brother, when he cooks chicken, you might think it is from Cafe Jamas.
What?
They are very good cooks.
Are you?
Yes.
So you say he's a better cook than you?
Yes. He does the cooking better than me. Because even the grandmother calls him the great Kalo Mingora.
Yeah?
Yes, in the whole clan, I think.
So at home, you would prefer him cooking when you're just there doing other things?
No, when I'm there, obviously, I take over my role. When I'm not around, he does the cooking.
But you would prefer him to be doing the cooking?
Of course I would, but of course I have to respect him and do it. He doesn't know how to wash, so I do laundry.
Oh, yes.
Or sometimes if it is a lot, we outsource someone to help us with the laundry.
Yeah.
And I do the cleaning. What he does is just the cooking when I'm not around.
So this is like division of labor in a family.
Yes.
And very many men have that thought of it's the woman who's supposed to be doing all the work or get a maid. But to see that a man, a husband, actually helps out in his home is something that is really so unusual. So don't you ever get these thoughts of, she's the woman, I'm supposed to be seated there, she's supposed to be doing everything? Because now, I know of someone who told some people that for him, he can do work, but as a man, he does not see himself doing things of a woman. So doesn't that ever cross your mind and you're like, today need. Or for you, it's that I'm a husband, I must do my duty as a husband and also help out.
Okay. You see, the whole thing is in the understanding who you are.
Yeah.
I know that when I cook, it doesn't reduce anything on me being a man or what. And it doesn't make me a woman. I know who I am. And from that standpoint, I know I can do all that and still remain with my position as me. Actually, it gives me a better position. Because you see, love, that's how we are. And maintaining that, at times you find that somebody, we are calling it ourselves love, that's what I'm meaning. Then at times it has a lot of the other things that we have to put in to spice to make sure that one, it just remains there like that. So I understand who I am, and I know that this thing does not change anything of who I am. So I do it very happily. And secondly, I prefer doing it because I've grown up doing it. Yes, I've grown up doing it.
I think what what also keeps it better is he is the one who initiates it. Like he's the one who initiated it, and then I didn't become a problem because he initiated it. Because most women, I think what switches off most men is when a man is willing to help, and then you as a wife, you want to take him for granted, or you want it to be his role because he has helped out. So I remember I prayed to God never to take any husband's help for granted. So every time he does that, I make sure I give him his respect as a husband, regardless of him being in the kitchen, and I never tell him what to do. These things I hear, I don't know, I've never met someone who does so, but I hear that some ladies, because their men help out, they will tell them, gendo leta amatoko fumbe, oba watagwa amatoko fumbe. I never do that.
Yeah.
If he wants to help out, he wakes up, he's an early waker.
He's an early bird.
Yeah, he's an early bird. He wakes up so early. So like when I'm off, by the time I wake up, he's almost done with his life. When I wake up, I start mopping. When he's done with his life, he's already in the kitchen. When I'm busy mopping or doing my laundry in some bathrooms. So I do not tell him what to do. He tells himself what to do, and then he does it.
Wow. Wow. So you talked about not having a maid. Have you been able to raise 2 children minus having a maid?
It's been God's grace and his support, of course, because I remember I started working when my son was 11 months old. So when I started work, of course, pressure, we were scared, how shall we do it? And that time he was still employed. He was still working. He was still working. Yes, he was still working, so we had to get a maid.
Yeah.
Then in a short while, he stopped work. A short while, which was 1.5 months. He stopped work and we had a maid for about 6 months. And then he was like, my son is grown. Why should we have an extra person in our house? And we talked through it because, of course, me, when they say no maid in a house, I'd be thinking about myself washing, mopping, like taking care of the house. And then I have to cook, all those chores. They are so tiresome, by the way. So I be defending myself concerning that. Ngandaba, everything will be on me and I might not handle. I have a demanding work, and then I come home when everything is demanding, and I have to be a wife, fulfill my wife duties. So it's I always complain a lot about that. But then he sits me down and shows me how it is important not to have a maid and how he is going to support me through it.
Wow.
And because of that, I end up accepting. So when my son was a bit older, like 10 or 11 months or coming to 1 year, the maid had to go. And then we had to remain the 3 of us in a house. So I would wake up very early in the morning, go for work. Then he does his live services, and then he takes care of the son. But my son was a well-composed boy, in that whenever you would tell him, Hananel, sit here, he would sit until you tell him go. So he nurtured him in a way of whenever he would be having like the evening services, Hananel is outside playing with the kids. He would organize the bottles, bottle of milk, bottle of juice, bottle of water on the table. My son knew there is no other kid supposed to enter our house when his dad is doing his live.
Wow.
And he would tell them at 1 year, he would tell them, don't come in my house. My dad is busy doing his live service.
Wow.
He would enter, pick a bottle of whatever he wants, gets out, drinks, brings back the bottle. They go and play. If he wants to susu, he knows no susuing from people's homes or from the compound. He would rush, sits on a potty, susus, goes back when the dad is busy. When the life is done, he would tell them, guys, daddy is done, you can come this side. Now they come the side of our home and they play. That boy was so strategic. I don't know whether it's the training he gave him. I don't know whether it's the nature of the boy. And then I give birth to a daughter who is so chaotic.
Yeah.
She never concentrates on anything. She's a very outgoing child.
Yeah.
So when I had just given birth to her, I had my sister at home who was helping out, because when I give birth, my mother is always there, and then my mother-in-law comes in after my mother leaves, and then they take me for like a month. Then I had my sister. After 3 months, I had to go for work. So my little sister had to take care of the baby as we were planning to look for a maid because she was eventually going to school. So you remember most of the times he's at home. So he was watching what my sister is doing for the baby. Mixing formula, okay, feeding, changing the diaper. That was not, even if the mother is there or I am there, he changes the diaper. As long as he notices that the baby has passed stool, he changes. That is not a big deal for him. So I think he just wanted to master the routine of the baby. And another thing, the baby was not a cry baby. So when he saw that the kid is manageable, I don't know what came in his mind. Maybe he will give us his picture. When my sister was due for going to school, he told me, and I was like, I called Gundi to get us a maid. I called the other person, and I was like, a maid for what? And I'm like, to take care of the baby. And he was like, no, I've seen what your sister has been doing, and I think I am able to do it. Boiling water, keep it in the flask, mixing formula. I get a maid for that to stress us through here, because I always get issues with maids. They stress me a lot. You tell them do this, they don't do it, then I'm angry, and he never wants me to
be angry.
So he's like, I do not want you to bring a maid who will bring confusion to you and your appetite all day because of a person. So let me take care of my child. So he took care of the kid from 3 months, a 3-month-old baby.
What?
Like a girl gained weight. I think he gained more than the son I had, like I took care of when he was younger. The girl gained weight until she was like 1.5 years.
He was taking care of her during the day?
During the day. Whenever I would come at night, I would take over. But during the day, he would make sure he's with her. When he started eating, he would make her come on. Because he told me never wake up early to sort anything home. Never come back from work panting with breath because you're rushing home to do anything.
I want you to be rest assured that I am here.
Be rest assured that I'm here. Then when I'm home, I do the cleaning, I do the laundry, and then do the cooking when I'm around. But when I'm not around, he told me, don't stress yourself. So what a gift.
It's not that a lot of men will do that. What made you say that I am going to take care of this? Because at one point of time, kids can be stressful. A kid will cry for you, and as a human being, you want your own personal time as a person to you need your personal space. But from 3 months up to when the child was 1.5 years, you were there. How were you able to manage and handle that?
It's the grace of God. That's what I'm going to first say. Then another thing, this is my own. I look at my own, and I don't see why I should get the responsibility of my own. I give it the other.
You give it to a maid or something.
A maid. If that one can do something with my own, if you're disturbing, let that one come to me. And then when it comes to me, I fix it up to make sure that we move in the pace we want. Now you see, all of them, just because they have been in my hands, I know now what they do. I can check their steps. I understand what is happening. And now that one also gives me a better revelation of who they are, and I know where they are going. Secondly, I know also what these people go through. Then another thing, I was looking at, we can be with them and we can just, I was not seeing the much work that these people are doing. Because now, as I've told you, via ministry, I do appointments. I don't just meet a person like that. Yeah. So I was looking those hours. Now you see, even my girl, Tekla, at that time, I could carry her. I go with her maybe if I'm going to do counseling or something, or I'm going to meet somebody, or I live maybe with somebody, but just for a short time. Or I make appointments with people the days I know that she is around. That's when I could make appointment. Then I leave her with them. But then it was all good and it was enjoyable. The crying, I was just looking at my own. I was not looking at it as a burden. This is my own. This is my own. I'm helping them and I'm helping myself as I'm working with my own. That is a thing. Yeah.
What do you have to say to men out there who always leave everything to their wives? Because you see, the ladies, man, go through a lot, mostly after giving birth. And there's nothing that is as refreshing and there's nothing that is as beautiful as your husband telling you that, hey, let me handle that child. Go do your own things. There's nothing as beautiful as that. Because remember, you have postpartum depression. Like there's a lot of things going on. So what do you have to say to the men out there who are not doing their duties as husband to help out their wives?
Okay, now what I can say, I'm just going to say this from the biblical perspective of it. You see, Genesis, the word of God shows us, and God made man in his own image. The time when God made man, before he got a woman out of a man, that man was complete. So I believe then when the woman was removed to be a helper.
Yeah.
Meaning that you are doing all these things and she's just helping you out in the things you know you can do. So to the men who are saying, this is ladies' work or this is what is it, I believe from the biblical perspective of it, that it is all my duty. She's helping me out on my duty. Even taking care of my babies, she's helping me out on my duty. It is first mine. I am complete without her. So when she comes in to help. So to men who are there and they are watching us, or they went to watch us, and they are saying, me, I can't do this, I can't do this, this is for ladies. It is just a mistake that we are doing. You have to be the one that is championing, leading in all this work. Then these ones come out to help us only on the things that we know we are doing. So I know whatever she's doing, I know I am doing it better than her. That is my revelation. I'm doing it better than her. I'm ahead of her because I'm a man. I was before her. She came out of me to help me out on the things I already know. So to men, this is what I'm saying. This is your responsibility. Your daughter is your responsibility. You are the first person that needs to take the full responsibility of your daughter, of your son, in everything. She's there to help you out, not vice versa. The African way is showing us the vice versa. But now, the godly way is man first, then them second.
Yeah.
First in everything. First in everything. Whatever you want her to be, you be. Whatever you want her to do, you do first. If you want her to do anything better, you show her. You work by example. And that's what I can say. I know if we can take that revelation from the Word of God, it will help us also to do all these things and we don't see anything big out of it or we don't see any problem from it because we need to do it. These ones are helping us, but it's our task. Actually, they are in our assignment. They are helping us, pushing us, or helping us with already what God has given us. Actually, when a lady comes to me or a wife comes to help me on the assignment God has given me. I'm not the one helping the lady. No, she's the one helping me. So because it's my assignment, I literally see that in everything I can stand in and be the champion, the leading person. I be there to lead, then she follows.
Wow.
That is a thing. Let it say cooking, I be there to lead, then she follows. In any way, I be there to lead and she follows. That's how I see it. She's there to help me. I'm not there to help her.
Wow.
She's there to help me. That is the thing.
And that's why I think most families are grumbling.
Why do you think they're crumbling?
I think they are grumbling. You know, this generation, we've all gone to school, we are learned. So most women and most men are formally employed or they are running businesses. In that when it comes to morning, they all get out, go and work. And then most men when they come back in the evening, it beats the wife to take care of everything when they are in their chair, on their social media, or they go in bed. And this tired woman is busy doing the house chores, like complementing the work that was not done during the day. And then you expect her to fulfill her wifely duties at night when she's so exhausted. I think that's where the challenges are coming from. like the challenges we are seeing these days, I think that's where they are coming from. Because if you all get out and go and work, why don't you still work together when you when you come at home? Because some people may put it on financial. He actually earns like 4 times what I earn, though he has more time at home. He earns pretty much more than I earn, but he has never thrown that in my face, that I earn a lot, it's me who takes care of here, so please, no. He's been so gentle. He's been so gentle to us.
Wow. All right. So why do you think submission is so hard these days in this generation?
I think submission is hard because of people's egos. Yeah.
People's egos.
Men have adapted this thing of our grandfathers. So because they've adapted that, they want to put it in today's generation. I am a man. And actually, let me tell you someone, if you ever stand and you say you're a man, that means there is something missing in you. Because if you're a man, I know you are a man. Why do you have to
show it off my
when a drunkard who is useless at home, when they come at home, they tell their children, do you know that I'm your father? So that means there is some fatherly laws they are not doing, but they are trying to show the kids that they are their own father. If you're an available father, your kid will automatically know that you're daddy. They do not need you to explain it. So these men who I think stand and tell their wives, I am the husband of the house, that means there is something that is lacking in you, and you actually know it. That's why you're standing up to say that I am the husband of the house. But if you are a husband without the ego of I am a man, because ideally, if you do these things, they will not chop anything from you. You will remain a man. And to us ladies, please, if our husbands try to help us, let's not think it's their responsibility. We know how nature has brought us, like I've said. So let's also be gentle to them. We know that they've helped us when we are not around, or they've helped us when we are sick, or when we are unable to do it. So the moment you are able to do it, please do it with a full heart. Also spoil him. Bring breakfast in bed. Let him sit in the chair and you do everything, and then he sees lunch ready. Spoil him when you're around. And when he does when you're not around, do not take it for granted, and do not think that it is his responsibility to do that.
A message to the Gen Zs out there and to all the ladies out there who find it hard submitting. Prophet, why do you think it's also hard for men to submit to their wives? Because the Bible clearly says it's not only the women who are supposed to submit. The Bible says submit to each other.
Yes.
And men love your wives as Christ loves the church. Why do you think that it's so hard for men these days?
Now, you see that thing of submission and loving each other, it is more... Now, the first thing I can say why it is hard, number one is people don't love God.
So people find it hard to love the others because
they don't love God. Because you see, when the Bible is bringing that verse out, it brings as Christ loved the church. So if you don't know how Christ loved the church, it is hard for you to love the other person.
So if a person told their spouse that they do not love them, that means they do not love God.
That is a thing. So now, you see, you will love better your wife as you're loving God.
And you love better your husband because you love God.
Yes. And you'll submit better to your husband because you submit to God. Because all these principles, you see, God is love.
Yeah.
And because God is love, you can never love better than God. And you can never know love better when you're not in the love with God. So now, number one thing I can say why people are seeing it hard to submit is because the love of God is not there. So it is hard. Now, if that is done in the first place, it will fix a lot. Then the rest of these other things we can talk about, where they have come out from, how they have been brought up. Because you see now, like for us, I say, you should not be doing this. I know their families. She was telling me at their home, their father was not allowing the boys, the brothers, to go in the kitchen. That they are not supposed to go there. Now, that is the bringing up. So you meet a brother the brother, and you're married to that person, is going to bring also what the father was telling the person. So how we are also brought up, it's also an issue. God first, then how we are brought up also becomes an issue. The society we are in and what we are always communicating. You see, that when the word of God tells us the transforming of the mind is from the what we are always hearing. What are we always listening to? What is social media giving us? What are the people giving us? What are our friends giving us? All that will either make it either to submit and love or hard to submit and love. You see somebody who is not doing what I'm doing. Glory to God. Somebody who is not doing what I'm doing and is just there now telling others. Imagine what he's telling others. He's telling also not to do what I'm doing. And yet the word of God tells us we are the ones to be championing. We are the lead people. And it doesn't reduce anything from you. So the first thing I think is the love of God, then where we have been brought from, because the society is so much infiltrating us.
The upbringing really plays a lot.
Yes.
Bridget,
yes.
He's a man of God. Don't you get jealous when you see the female sheep coming? Banange man of God, Banange man of God. They are wives to men of God who are complaining in this city that I don't want to be. Like, they'll be like, oh my God, the female sheep ending chala, as if we say ending chala. My husband cannot get breathing space because man of God, man of God. Don't you ever get to such moments?
I think getting jealous comes from him. The way how the man of God treats you with the sheep matters a lot. If your husband is a man of God and he's equating you with the sheep, then there you will have a problem. You will automatically become insecure.
Yeah.
But he gave me my position as a wife. Because I can say 99.8% of the people he talks to, of the people that he makes appointment with are women. But it has never crossed my mind that he will maybe misbehave from out there. It has not yet come. I don't know in the future, but for the last 7 years, I've not seen that. Because he gave me the position as a wife, and when he's at home, they know that they should not call past this time because then they know he's a married man. Even when someone has a burning thing, and those who have burning things are those that I have known, those that I've been introduced to, those that I've interacted with, those are the ones who come up with burning issues past 10 or around 10, and they call, tell mommy, please, I'm very sorry for calling at this time, but Papa, I need your prayer, X, Y, and Z.
Wow.
But other people whom I have not interacted with, whom I have not known, no calls past 10.
Interesting. All right. So you're a prophet. We want to know, where did this whole journey start from? How did the journey start?
How did it start?
Because they say for one to be a prophet, you need to have had the calling. So how did you start the journey? When did you know that God has actually now called you?
When did I know that God has called me? Yeah. I think it's 2002. 2002, I was sleeping off. And as a young boy, in the night, somebody came from heaven.
You saw the person coming from heaven?
The person coming from heaven. And he landed in the tree. Then he came to
a dream?
In the dream. Then when he was coming towards where I am, I knelt. He had a bottle of olive oil. I'd never seen olive oil. But I saw just that in the dream. It was my first time to see it. Even I just saw in the dream. Poured on me and said, I've called you, anointed you to preach the gospel in the whole world. That's what he said. Then from that vision, in the morning, the following day, I started stammering. After the vision, I started stammering. And everybody was wondering, what has happened? What has happened? Because I was not born a stammerer. Then I started stammering. Then from the stammering point of, now, whatever it is that I don't know that they poured on me, that I didn't know then. Now I know. Then I didn't know. Started now drawing me to loving God, to reading the Bible, telling me now read this verse, telling me now read the Bible, telling me now go for the fasting. Until now, when now I started now understanding very clearly like the voice of God and know this is God who is speaking. but with the help of my spiritual father. With the help of my spiritual father, now I started to understand other things. Then, now the prophetic thing began then that I could know who is going to die.
You would know who is going to die.
I could know. No one could die. Up to now, no one can die in our family and I don't know. Wow. I know already. I know before that happens. Then in 2007, something had happened that was that also shocked me as a young boy. In 2007, I asked God, what do you want me to do? Because at that time, at least I had started now understanding God. I will not say some other stories right there, in there. But then I started now understanding God. Now I asked God, what do you want me to do for you? In the vacation, because I was finishing up senior four, finishing up senior four, and I was like, God, what do you want me to do for you in this vacation? And then the Lord told me, in the dream at night, I saw myself being baptized. Then I went to Kenya in the dream. When I reached Kenya, I found when there were chaos. And then the voice from heaven told me there is going to be a crisis in Kenya, and you are the one who is going to stop the crisis. That was the assignment that was given to me.
I remember the crisis in Kenya.
2007. So when the Lord told me that, as a young boy, I could not understand. Remember, I'm just there in the village. I don't know anything. I don't know even what is happening, where's the news or what. I didn't know anything. I just knew that it's Kenya, but I didn't know what was happening, whether there was, the politics that were there, which brought up into that. Then, when the crisis began, now God started telling me about going there, and he's like, now you're the one who's going to stop what is happening, because already had already given me the assignment. Then I came in, I went to Kenya. I came in, stayed together with my mom, then Kaboa. Then when, as a people, what was happening, the crisis, how we are killing people, I told some people, this thing I'd seen it like 4 months before it happened, I'd seen it. And I told them, but then God kept telling me, now go, the time has come. And actually the voice was like, if you don't go, I'm going to start now counting the blood of the people who are dying on you. So I asked God now, I want transport. I don't know how to go. I want transport. And then God is like, I'm going to give you transport. So we had a shop in Kaboa, and my mom gave me money to go and shop. I went with the money to shop. I reached this shop where I went to do the shopping. After buying the things, I gave this man the money for the things I'd shopped from the person. And this man was like, you've already paid me, go away.
Are you for real?
Yes.
You had not paid him the money and he said you've already paid me?
Yes, I gave him money, like, you've already paid me, go away. I put the money in my pocket. I left him. I went, shopped in another shop, or a lady. I found there a lady. Then also, after shopping the things, I gave her the money. And she said, are you stupid? You've already paid me. I put the money in the what? In the pocket. I went back. Then the Lord was like, the transport you wanted, now you have it. I want you to go to Kenya tomorrow. And I was asking myself, how will I go? Being a young boy, I don't know anything. I don't have any document, but I know what God told me. Just I knew the voice of what God had told me. So this is what happened. In the morning, I didn't even tell my mom where I was going. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. I woke up very early in the morning, board to Kenya. I board the Busia, those taxis, Busia. Then I went. Reaching to Kenya, slept there. Then in the morning, the Lord just told me, touch the ground and speak to the ground not to swallow anybody's blood anymore. That's what I did. I just touched the ground and I told the ground, you're not swallowing anybody's blood. And then when I did that, God was like, don't take any step ahead. Go back. I went back. I crossed the border, reached Busia. Reaching in the taxi man was like, mzee, twende tukulinze. Twende tukulinze, yingira. Then I entered, but then I had remained was only 2,000. Only 2,000 in my pocket. Then I bought, reached and came back. The day I said, you land, you're not swallowing any blood anymore, that's when it stopped.
The chaos stopped in Kenya.
That's when the chaos stopped. So now that is a journey of now being a prophet or in this prophetic calling. Then it came in 2010, I think. Also, that's also another thing also happened to just try to spark up or something. There's a certain president who came to Uganda in that time, and they wrote some posters showing he's a king of Africa,
That's a late
something like that.
Gaddafi.
Huh? I don't know. That's what happened. Now, when I saw that vision, I was like, when I saw the posters, just as a young boy from school, I was like, what? But we need to, there only king, there is only one king. There is only one king. There is no any other king more than that king. It hit me. I was very disturbed in my spirit. How can somebody be a king of Africa or king of whatever, king of kings like that put when we know the only one king? So as I was disturbed while going home, the Spirit of God told me, okay, what do you want? I was like, no, the person needs to understand there is a king of kings. That was me. And then the Spirit of God told me, go for 40 days fasting. You're going to be drinking tea and eating beans for 40 days.
Tea and beans.
Tea and beans. I was taking only sauce and tea for 40 days.
Wow.
When I finished the 40 days, the 40 days prayers, then I went the mountain. Reaching in the mountain, light came from heaven, hit me, I was slain. And when I was slain, the Lord showed me 29 stones. And he told me, these are the kings of that are making him stay in power.
29 stones.
29 stones. And he said the 29 stones represented the 29 kingdoms that were making him see himself as a king of kings. And the Lord told me, pick the 29 stones. Every stone you throw is the kingdom you throw of him. And then I picked the 29 stones, threw them. After throwing them, God was like, he's done. 3 weeks after that, that's when US started looking for him. And he's no more now. That's what, now that is also, now that was the introduction of the prophetic and also knowing God can speak something and it comes to pass. And I remember, now this is of recent, some few years back, I think. I'm just at home and I'm seated at home and in my vision, I saw a radio. I don't know whether you remember, like the premium radios, those of long time, the 90s. And I heard the late Barrett Francis giving news, but it's of recent. I heard the voice of Barrett Francis and he's saying, Bishop Ruanga Fude. That was it. It was a week before the Bishop Ruanga died. I just heard like that. It's like, Bishop Ruanga Fude. There's like, getting out of the vision and it's like, he's going to die and it's going to be on the news everywhere. And I remember when he died, it's on the news for some good time. Then, so now that journey, that's how it started. Now, even though it's the ministry, now of recent, I've been getting visions. I don't say that maybe I've gone to somebody and I said anything. Okay, now she's reminding me something. Now on the journey, actually, another prophecy, I think, now let me not go much in the prophecies. Now let me come today, how I started. Now, with the ministry part of it. I was fellowshipping from a certain church in Mukono. Then the Lord tells me, leave and come to Weyogerere, where we are. Then when I reached Weyogerere, the place where he had told me to go, I started praying from there, and the police were telling me, you're still young, arrested. They arrested me twice, and I'm still young to do the ministry.
Police.
I'm still very young to do the ministry, and they arrested me 2 times then. But then, because of the call, I kept doing what God was telling me. And I could move around Nambori, just praying around Nambori, do my offering Nambori for 2.5 years. And during that time, I remember one of the days, I don't know whether you still remember, you still remember the time when the number things were happening.
Every number.
I
remember.
Yes, that time. So I am there praying. The Lord tells me, the way Balabe Kubo healed AIDS, was the first person to till 8, I'm giving you the mathematics of healing the numbers and chasing them away from Uganda. Then in that vision, after that vision, I was like, okay. Then the Lord gave me the mathematics of doing it right there in the vision while I'm in Nambole walking. That's why I treasure those 2 years I was just moving around Nambole, praying and offering just there. Now this is how the ministry began. Then what happened in that time, I left the service now, like the service I was doing of moving around and praying just after I was invited in a certain church in Mukono. Reaching there, after ministering, a guy comes from Entebbe. That guy had come at church on Friday and had met the pastor. Then the pastor was like, Omusumba onyagenda kubeerawo ku Sunday. So after the service like this, I'm just seated, we are greeting each other and greeting people. Then this guy comes from Entebbe. Then this pastor who had invited me is like, Musumba, gwawonya abantu, wuyo yakoze eki azayina ekinamba. I was a bit scared. Then I remembered what I had seen in the vision. Then I said, okay, let him go to the pulpit. I will pray for him in the pulpit there. Then I prayed. I touched the number thing. There was number 3, and the guy was just scared.
He was left with 3 days to live.
Yes, it was number 3 here, like a tattoo, like the way how you see the tattoo is. And I rubbed it off, and it disappeared right before our eyes. It disappeared. The guy was happy, and the Lord told me, the way this has gone, chase it also away from Uganda. And I did the same. And that's how also numbers ended.
So, don't you like get to a point when you're telling this story and people like call you a false prophet? Because I believe the comments are going to start coming.
Yes.
How do you get to handle criticism from people? Because I believe on social media and when you're telling this story, people always criticize you. How do you handle that criticism? Because for a person who is not in the spiritual realm, people who do not know what happened in the spiritual realm, they will not understand this.
Now, the way to handle critics is by the evidence I have now. You see, when we are reading the Bible, these are just stories. But what gives life to the stories is the evidence we have now.
The evidence.
The evidence. That if I tell you this and you say, no, he lie, or whatever you're saying is not true or right, or whatever it is, then I prove with you. Because the same spirit that spoke to me can still speak to me. I don't have a spirit who just comes and goes. No, I'm permanently in it. And now you see, like now what is happening here, you see, now if you wake any of these people who are now on the camera, they know what to do, they know what to touch, they know how they can do. And anytime you want, or they are to prove to you, to show you whether they did the thing or they're doing the thing, is by just, they can bring the evidence. And now the life of the stories in the Bible is the evidence we see. The life in the whatever I'm giving as a testimony is in what I'm giving now. Because every now and then I'm giving prophecies which are coming to pass. Wow. Glory to God. I'm giving prophecies which are coming to pass. At the time when the late Olanya died, I'd given that prophecy 7 months back, and I didn't know anything. So if a person is like, now the critics, that's how I do what. And like, I've known myself, I know what I do, and I don't mind about whoever is saying whatever is saying. Because whatever they're saying it out of the ignorance. And what I'm saying out of the experience. Because now you see, Mchiga, if I am personally an evidence, I'm a stammerer. It was just a vision. I stammer. Now, I don't know how I can remove that. It is just reduced, but I don't know how I can do that. And this evidence now pushes me every day. And even when I meet a person and I say, this, I see it's happening, I know it's happening, and then it happens. Here and outside.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is a thing. So I have drawn the confidence from the things I've said and have happened. And I've drawn the confidence from the things that are right happening in my life personally. I remember 2023, like when we were crossing over there, I'm just at church and I'm prophesying this and this and this. Then a vision comes, and in my eyes, I was taken to the US, and I saw the news writing and showing Joe Biden is sick. And I mentioned it like that in church, and I was like, I'm seeing this. I'm just taken in America. You know what is happening. Then, bam, after like I think 9 months of that, it is recorded.
The man is sick.
In the news, they show everywhere. Yes, yes.
So,
So that is a thing.
So haven't you like gotten a vision about Uganda and where we are heading?
Where we are heading.
Over God has not yet spoken.
I know now where you want me to take me. Yes, I won't say anything like now this is what God has showed me, because already what God has showed me, it's already uploaded. It's on YouTube. I've already said what God showed me for there. And we already know. So this journey has been moving like that. So from the discovering myself, now the church progressing from one place to another, and how we are doing, it has all been God telling us, and point by point until now where we are.
So
yes,
you are a husband, Bridget. Does he ever get to tell you a prophecy of what's happening in your marriage, or what's going to happen in your life or in your marriage? Because people expect. I'm using now the mind of people.
Yes, it's okay.
People expect that now if you're a man of God, God will tell you, my wife, this and this is going to happen. Or you're doing this wrong. Like, do you ever get that in your marriage?
Not so much, but there is always guidance. Because I remember there is a time I got a challenge, and of course he sorted it the spirit way. If it was not the spirit, I was going south. So yes, the prophecies are evident in our household. He will tell you, don't go that side. You wanted travel, but don't. And I will not. Only to hear that bus crashed or whatever happened.
Are you for real?
On the way, yes. So we live in prophecies. We shower them. We shower them.
How have you been able to raise your children spiritually? He's a man of God. So do you feel that spiritually he is leading the children to the right way?
Yes, I do. Because, kids learn from you. What you do, actually what you tell them don't matter a lot. Like watching what you're doing. My daughter started speaking very early. I think at 1 and 3 or 2. 1 year and 2-3 months. She was talking. But you would see her whenever they would put on like TV and there is like a church service going on, she would start walking around the house and she's speaking in tongues.
At 1 year?
She doesn't know what, yes. You hear her speaking words, they are tongues. She's singing songs that Dad always plays and sings. Same to my son. They, out of the blue, he can be seated there. He likes watching Spider-Man or Superbook. When I think he feels he's tired, he stands up and starts walking around the sitting room. Goes, knocks on the dining, goes the other side. While you're seeing, he's praying. When the sister tries to interrupt and he's like, please leave me, I want to first pray. And then he starts talking tongues. I don't know whether they know what they are doing, but they do. They sing the songs that Dad plays most, that Dad likes singing most. The Dad composed the song and were at home like learning its lyrics, not knowing that the kids are also learning. You're there in your own things and the boy starts worshipping in it from the other corner. The girl jumps into it. 5 and 3, like 6 and 3. And they are singing. So I believe they are in the right path.
They're in the right path.
Yes.
All right, so as we are concluding, what do you have to say to couples out there who feel, who do not raise their children in the right direction of God? Because I believe the man is the head of the family and the man is the priest of the home. And it looks like a couple of men in this generation have failed on that. You find that it is now the woman, because they say, man, women, pray for your marriages. Women, pray for your husbands. Women do this. Women stand in prayer. But the man is the priest of the home. The man is supposed to cover. What do you have to say about that? Because a lot of people have forgotten their priestly duties. A lot of men have forgotten their priestly duties, and they've left their priestly duties to the woman. women pray, but the Bible says the man is the priest of the home.
You know, we marry differently.
Yeah.
Some men truly love the Lord, and others actually have nothing to do with God. But the Bible tells us that show the child the right way to go. When they grow older, they will not deviate from it. So I believe if you're a woman right out there and you're married to an ungodly husband, your role is to pray, and then show your children the right direction. And the right direction you would show your child is the Bible.
Yeah.
Have time, read the Bible to your kids. Let them see you praying, pleading to God to either change their father, praying to God. Like, let them watch you what you're doing as a woman, as a mother, and explain to them what dad has done is not right. Drinking alcohol is not safe. That is when they are at a safer age that they are able to take it in. Like, let them watch you what you're doing and teach them the right and teach them the wrong. In the future, you have no control over them. You have to do it when they are still little. When they grow up, it's up to them to choose the direction of mommy or to choose the direction of daddy, who was a drunkard. But ideally, in most cases, if what daddy was doing was not pleasant to them, they always take the side of mommy praying, reading the Bible. They always take that direction. So direct them when they are still little, so that when they grow up, they will follow that track.
Mr. Godwor, what do you have to say to the men who have forgotten their priestly duties? Because a man is supposed to be the priest of the home, praying for the home and covering the home, but they leave everything to the women. And what do you have to say about that?
Now, they have to just know that now it is the way to go is to show their children what they want. Because whatever we are putting in them now is what we are going to reap tomorrow. So now men needs to wake up now and we do our role. Men, we do our role. We know the responsibility God has given to us, and we make sure we impart to our children, our sons, our daughters, with that which we have. If we don't have it, we get who has it. Because there are men who don't have it, but they know where it is. Yes, they know who has it. Maybe you allow the lady, if the lady is there and you can go to the people maybe who are praying or just take them, you allow them, because there is also saying that I don't know and I'm not allowing people to go. But then there is, I don't know, but now I'm allowing people to go. Although you are doing your own things maybe and you're not moving the way of God, I'm encouraging you. Men, we can do something. If you can't do it directly, allow the lady to do it, or allow another party to come in and do the priestly role, because it has to be done. You're raising your own, and tomorrow you will reap for what you're doing. Hey, you will reap for what you're doing. So I'm encouraging men. Let's try to make sure we encourage our sons, our daughters to know God, to the right way we see. Okay, the right way we see we should raise our children, and they should move. Or what we want in future. Actually, what we want in future is what we should put in them now and show them the example. That's what I can say.
Yes. It's been a very, very beautiful episode. At least, you see the way you're seated. Someone was saying, when she looks at you like that. But thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for sharing your experience in the 8 years. And thank you for that great insight on the duties that people are supposed to be having in a home. So to the men out there, do not leave all the roles to your woman. You can wake up and cook. You can wake up and cook. By the way, I'm a good cook. That's good. I'm a good cook. So if you can cook, please do it. If you do not know, Bambi, go to the cooking nurse. The cooking nurse will teach you. So it's not that women are supposed to do everything. Yes, a woman is a helper. Men are supposed to lead. Yes, we make the money. But let's help out. Washing, cleaning, cooking. I actually enjoy cooking more than I enjoy doing these other things. I enjoy cooking. So to the husbands out there, step up. 2026, let it be a year of stepping up. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through again, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Well, it is Emeka the Romantic Muchiga. This is Tie the Knot, and again, welcome back to 2026. No, not welcome back. Welcome to 2026. Do not forget the ultimate romantic wedding, the ideal romantic wedding. It is on. Please send your application, send your stories. If you've never had a wedding reception, we will do one for you as long as we look at your story, and the audience will vote by watching the videos. So till next time, God bless you and bye.
Bye-bye.